see two, guys coming back that had a lot of experience last year.
I feel really good. Very optimistic for next year. The two guys we have, with Bryson and Dawson, they're experienced guys. Had really good seasons last year as freshmen and sophomore. So very promising, and I'm very excited about the guys that's coming up. You got Joseph Dodds, who's coming back from his injury, and then you got, Mike Turner and Kate Knight. And I'm very excited about that. The process Knight making so far, he's getting a lot of reps. Very excited about Dobbs right now. But when you got a room of veterans like that take the game the right way and take it serious and pros on and off the field. Like I feel very, very, very optimistic and promising for the next season.
After the kind of year Bryson had, I guess, how much of a step can you expect from him?
I expect a big step. We've sat down and me and him studied the tape. It's so much more he can do. It's a lot of tackles, more tackles he can break. Keeping his feet on certain things, pass pro, catching the ball at the backfield. He's a guy that's trying to be a professional. He want to be a pro. He's a guy that's aiming to potentially try to go pro next year. So he got a lot of work to do. He's working hard. He's putting himself in position to be able to do that next year. So very excited about him. I like where his mindset is. He came in and put on 10 pounds of muscle, and he's been working extremely hard, working on that pad leverage, just working on that burst and working on making guys miss an open field. You see it out there, just his ability to just that different gear he has right now, and I'm really, really excited about him.
Throughout this springtime, what are kind of the aspects you want them to focus on before we get into the season?
Just man, being a pro. Being a pro, taking care of your body. Just being a student of the game. Just being a coach on the field. They've done an unbelievable job in Bryson and Dawson and bringing the young guys along. Just them being just the experienced guys, just taking this very, very serious. I like how they are right now off the field. Like been just studying the game. Like when I got issues with 22 on the side in the field. They come off on when he come off on the sideline, Bryson got the pen and paper, drawing up the play and showing him what protection or what run and what he's missing. So that's the stage those guys right now, the aspect of their game, they taking it to another level. And I know we talked about Bryson, but even like Dawson, he put on 15 pounds of muscle. He's probably the fastest running back, one of the fastest running backs in the room. So just imagine that guy, bigger, faster, stronger, more confident in what he does. It's very, very, very. I'm very excited. So the aspects for them, they just taking that next step, and they're very humble right now. They're challenging themselves to take that next step. They know what the standard is, they know what the expectation is, and they're holding the room accountable right now.
Does the depth concern you at all? I mean, particularly with the other two guys leaving?
It does at times, but that's why we recruit the guys we recruit. That's why you go get Kate Knight and then Michael Turner. Mike Turner being here this summer. Joseph Dodds is obviously a really good player as well. So, usually you want to carry around 6 running backs. We're at 5, and then when Mike Turner get here, we'll be fine. We just got to make sure we taking care of those guys during the spring, make sure they get through healthy. But we got dynamic backs coming in, and we're very, very excited about those guys.
We know obviously Bryson and Dawson kind of established. Who is that number 3 at the moment, or is that a revolving door at the moment?
It's a revolving door right now. It's going to be very competitive. Like I said, we got the young freshmen coming. All 3 of them are freshmen. Joseph Dodds, you got Mike Turner, and you got Caden Knight. So I'm very excited about those guys. They got the will to do it. All of them are built the right way. They got the right mindset. They're physical. They check all the boxes what you're looking for in a running back. So those guys gonna fight it out. Even those top 2 guys. Like I tell them all the time. I tell Bryson and Dawson, hey, no, I don't care that Bryson rush for 1,000 and you rush for that. Hey, go get it. And they're very competitive, but they compete with each other, not against each other. And that's just how the room is and the brotherhood in there. So I expect those 3 guys, those young guys, to fight it out. And, we are a running back of our committee, so they're going to get reps.
For Bryson and Dawson, with how great of a season that they had last year, can you talk about how much they've expanded as leaders off the field for this season?
Oh man, they've grown so much, and that's just the expectation from the top down, from Coach Aranda. I know the first meeting he said these guys need to lead. So when it rolls downhill, so those guys have done what they need to do. They came in with the right mindset, with the chip on their shoulder. They know they got to get better. They know in order for us to take that next step and go fight for the Big 12 championship, they got to be better. They got to be better, and they understand that. So I think they've done a great job leading. Being first in meetings, being first in line, just pushing themselves. I think Dawson have made leaps and bounds. He's more vocal, and Bryson has that natural leadership where guys want to follow him too. So I just pushing those guys to be more vocal, and just they already lead by example, just being more vocal, stepping up, speaking up when you need to, and I think they do a good job of leading. So they've been good.
What did you see in Khenon and Mike, just in terms of recruiting, and what did you see in those guys thinking they could help you?
I mean, those two guys are special. They both bring something different to the table. Mike is probably right now, he's 6 foot, 200 pounds, ran 10.6. Caden is 5'10", 215 pounds. He ran 10.6 as well. So those guys are a little different in their way. They both elusive in the open field. They both run hard and feels good. They both can catch the ball at the backfield. So it's just an extension of pretty much like Bryson and Dawson. But I think they got some other stuff to them where they got that top end speed and the make you miss ability in the open field. So those guys, as you know, we fought hard for them. A couple, I know Khenon committed early and Mike committed in the summer, but those guys, they just got a different gear, a different element of mindset and a want-to and a drive that, when you recruiting big-time running backs, that's what you want to see. You want to see alphas, and they're there for that.
You mentioned Dawson's kind of found his voice. Has it taken him a year or so to kind of come out of his shell a little bit?
Yeah, when you got change and, you played a lot as a freshman, you got a new coach, new system, new offense coordinator, Coach Spavital, it takes time. He learning me, I'm learning him. He trusting me, I'm trusting him. So it just took time for us to just find our relationship and our niche where that trust factor for us going both ways and understanding like, I trust you, you trust me, go in there and execute. So I think it was just a matter of just trusting each other and building that relationship, pointing to each other. And, I love that dude, man. He brings it every day, from start to finish. I just love where his mindset is right now. He's just an unbelievable kid. He's working absolutely hard off the field, and he definitely one of our leaders.
Does it help that you have 4 returners along the offensive line?
Absolutely.
How does that help you guys?
Absolutely. I mean, Coach Mason Miller has done an unbelievable job transforming that O-line since he's been here. Having those 4 guys coming back, returning, and then basically with Siraki, it's basically 5 starters returning. And then you got some good young guys, but having 4 starters coming back with Coach Spavital and Coach Mason are done with that line, it just makes our job easier. So those guys, man, without them, there's no us. And we all know that. We work real well together. We go hand in hand, so we just want to make sure, they open it up for us for sure.
For Coach Spavital for his second season, what's kind of been that bonding process with y'all for your two?
It's been great, having a guy with that type of knowledge and just the offensive mind that he has. I think I sent the recruits a video or something about just all the guys, receivers and stuff that he's put in the league and all the quarterbacks and running backs. I just think he's a really good, I think we were the first 2 might have been hired, so we kind of started gelling pretty quick. He's a really good dude. He just wants you to get your job done, and he's unbelievable. He put these guys in position to make plays, and these guys, they executed, and he's been good to me. He's been great. So I've been excited.
The way last season ended, can you feel heightened expectations, and I guess does that add any pressure to you and the team overall?
I don't think it adds pressure. It's just these guys, I tell them all the time, y'all created a standard, and now the standard is the standard, expectation is expectation, and now you gotta understand what it takes to exceed those expectations, and that's just, not knocking what we did last year, but that's not our standard no more. They understand in order to get where we're trying to go, it's going to take more, and it's just more unselfishness and more sacrifice and just more commitment and dedication to the program in order for us to get to where we're trying to go. But those guys, I really believe these guys, the way they've worked this offseason, the way they've approached everything, you can feel it. I've been here before, being at Illinois State, going to play for the national championship, being at SMU and us playing, winning 11 games, you understand that feeling. And it's a great feeling right now how these guys are approaching the game, So, I'm very excited about this team, very excited where we're headed right now. Obviously, we got work to do. We're not there yet. I just told them that, we got a lot of work to do. So don't ever be satisfied. We got to show up every day.
I guess, after the way last season ended for you and Bryson and the running backs overall, I guess, do you feel any heightened expectations going into this year?
Of course I do, but I also feel like we have those expectations for ourselves. Coach Hall always brings up a great point. You either get better or you get worse. You never stay the same. So that's kind of what we're just kind of living by. So each day we're just pushing each other.
You probably surprised a lot of people last year. Did you surprise yourself, and what was that year like for you?
I knew I always had it in me, man. It just took some motivation. That week off really helped a lot. And, it just came to trusting myself.
What were some aspects of your game last year that you liked, and what are some aspects that you want to work on this year?
Good question. I mean, obviously I could kind of use my agility. I'm a bigger back, but I still have like faster feet too. But I mean, think I would mainly work on just trying to get stronger.
Is that why he said you put on like 15 pounds?
Yeah.
Is that what you were trying to do? And how much does that help? Do you feel it?
Yes, it helps a lot. You know, at first I was a little like scared because I thought I might lose some speed, but I'm still as fast and I'm just a lot stronger now.
How have you, I don't know, found your voice as a leader? Have you felt the need to step up now that you're one of the veterans, like at this point?
Yeah, of course. It's kind of weird being one of the oldest guys in the room now. I'm used to being like the young buck, but you know, yeah, I just gotta kind of lead the freshmen in the right way, make sure they're doing everything right, stay on them.
How have those freshmen stepped up? Like, what stands out about the group of young guys coming up behind you?
I mean, our room, like, they're all just hard workers, what I'm trying to get at. You know, they're never going to complain. They're going to get out there, do what they're told, and they accept coaching as well from, like, other, like, players in the room, like me and Bryson. We're always, like, helping them out, and they're not, like, ignorant about it, but they're always looking to get better.
What's kind of that relationship like with you and Bryson during practices?
I mean, like, it's kind of like a brotherhood. Like, our whole team's a brotherhood. But, you know, like, it's just little things. Like, I'll be sitting behind him, watching him. Like, I'm saying, like, if I saw something he did I thought he could do better, I'll tell him. It's same, like, vice versa. And we just feed off each other.
Coaches seem to be good about rolling you guys in, like not one guy running 25, 30 carries. Is that a good thing? I mean, and I guess maybe it keeps the competition going too when you're kind of rotating in like that.
Oh, yeah, of course. And also, it's just like, it's a fresh body, man. Like, we're going out there, we're not as beat up. And just like, I feel like that was like the main reason we get to third and fourth quarter and people just didn't want to tackle us anymore. And like, our linemen too, we're just out there running through people and just people just didn't want that for 4 quarters.
You mentioned the line, 4 of those guys back, and as Coach said, really with Siraki, it's almost 5.
Mm-hmm.
How important is that? Because, you know, those guys did a great job last year.
Oh, man, it's a blessing to see as a running back, you know. You just be able to watch them, just know, like, those are the guys in front of me. Those are the guys that are going to be making my pathway to success, making all the running backs, the whole team's pathway to success. You know, it starts up front with them.
I know Richard Reese was off the field. He was a pretty, you know, he kept you guys tight and kept it all loose. I guess, what does losing him do to the kind of off-field camaraderie of the running back group?
I mean, it hurts, you know. He was basically one of our brothers, you know. But I mean, he's got to do his best for him, and I mean, we all agree with him. We're still with him.
I mean, how are you feeling after the year you had last year? Like, what's your mindset as you kind of come into this as kind of the clear number 1 back?
I feel good about that, but you know, we got new running backs in the room. We got some that is returning, the younger cats. I just feel like it's my job to get them better, like the ones before me did for me.
What do you have to do better this year? Coach said you want to be a pro and maybe even go pro next year. What do you have to do to get to that level?
I'm trying to learn how to keep my head out of things, you know. Really just lock in mentally off the field, like get on the board more, learn the defenses. I already know a lot of defense, but I feel like I need to know more to make my runs easier, even pass pro. And I feel like the brotherhood in the running back room also needs to be like more tight for us. Like when you feel the energy, like it's good, I feel like we all play better.
Coach said you and Dawson added like 15 pounds of muscle. How important was that for you to kind of add that to your game?
It was very important, you know. It feels better, like my body feels better in practice when I'm lifting. I feel like I got faster, but also stronger, you know.
What do you feel like the young guys bring, particularly Khenon? I know Mike's not in yet, but what does Khenon bring to this room?
I feel like he brings like kind of a little aggressive attitude to the game, you know. But I feel like he's going through the freshman what you want to say process, you know, where you come in, you get humbled a little bit, but you work your way back up to get it confident. I feel like he's gonna be a great player for us.
Are you healthy? I mean, you're wearing the yellow jersey, and I know you missed the end of the Texas Bowl. How are you feeling? Are you healthy going?
Oh yeah, I'm healthy. If we had a game tomorrow, I'll be 100% go. Yes, sir.
Looking at last year and now, how much has your role as a leader expanded from last year to now?
Like the younger guys, they kind of look at me more, you know. So I got to be a voice, not only like speaking vocally, but also my performance. Like I got to take it up a notch. another thing is like there's no age limit on leadership, and I'm one of the youngest guys on the team, but I still got to step up and be a leader.
Kind of going along with that, you and Khenon, what's that like during practices? What does he kind of tell you? What's that relationship like?
Coach Hall, he doesn't really talk to me as much on the field, because he like for us to play with a clear mind, and like me and Dawson are basically like the second and third coach behind Coach Khenon, but we just working to get each other better. Yes, sir.
What is the support and I guess love, whatever, from Franklin meant to you? I was thinking in terms of one of my buddies, Doug Pills, his son Nash, being the photographer and stuff. What has that support meant to you?
The support from Franklin means everything. I came from Dallas to Franklin, and like since I got to that place, like they showed me nothing but love, and I want to make it my job to return it to them, yes, sir.
Looking at Sawyer's expanded role, what's kind of that rapport been like between y'all two?
Sawyer's a dog. Like I feel like he can handle anything, just like I would expect myself to handle anything, But like I said, as a team, we need to step it up a notch.